Okay, Michael.
Yeah, thank you very much, Marco. I have to admit, he's also one of our angel investors, and he invested when we were still called Intelligence. And to be honest, last year I erased the word AI out of every presentation because nobody wanted to give us the data to do AI with, and this year everything changed. I think everybody knows that AI is totally on the hype, and what we do since more than 10 years is AI-powered personalization, in the end to drive sales based on first-party data, context data, and so on. And yeah, demand for AI skyrocketed, and Gartner predicts that in the next 3 years, up to 30% of all applications have personalized features steered by AI included. And what that means, you see, for example, already on Google and other things where you don't have any dynamic, any static website, but totally dynamic interaction. So the question is more in the end, what is the real truth then behind if AI decides for everybody to show something different? But we are doing a lot of B2B business, and there we have one big topic that if you want to work with your first-party data, as often one big issue we tackle is that the data integration is difficult, the automation of data flow is even more difficult, so we get even whatever CSV files sent by email, data quality, consent, and there are a lot of things to do until you can really leverage your own data with AI. And that is where we are playing since more than 10 years now. We provide, you can call it the CRM-powered middleware. So we inject customer data out of any data source, starting from whatever master data, data warehouse export, CRM. And what you see in the middle, the screen, we got raw payment card data in, like just figures and some text. And out of that, we create totally on the fly personas which can be used for sales and marketing use cases. And then we send signals over to marketing automation, email, apps, websites, or whatever use case you want to do. And to do this, we have to do several steps. On the one hand, we need a very fast database on a very high scale to apply all different AI models. Then we need a trigger engine which reacts in the right moment of time to send the signal to the right channel. And then we personalize in 200 milliseconds the whole front end of a, for example, website, app, or whatever you want to use. And this is in the end our customer lifecycle management suite we created out of that. And behind that, we have, that's in the end the secret sauce, a no-code AI framework. What does it mean? So you don't need to program anymore. I think in ChatGPT you all know that everybody can use AI now, but also if you want to, for example, configure a neural network, you could not do that some years ago without extreme knowledge of and understanding of the whole area. And now we have an interface where you can just do 5 clicks, configure some hidden layers for a neural network, put it on auto configuration, and use it for optimizing, for example, sales on your website. Yes, we do also Gen AI integration next year to generate also texts and images then for websites fully automatically. And the use cases you can do are really diverse, starting from automatically detecting activity levels of your customers and back to banking, for example, from 2 speeches before, we have a score which detects if you should have a loan, like are you potentially pay later, or are you want to invest something of your bank account. So depending on the size and phase of your customer database, you can do diverse things. We have, let's say, 30, 40 standard models with the software we're bringing, but we also do a lot of customization depending on the size and amount of data we get in. And what can you do with it? In the end, we boost sales. Normally 2-digit in the first year. How far it goes depends on the size of the amount of your customers, the phase we are applying the use cases. And so we are not IBM or Oracle. I worked at SAP before, but we don't need 2 years to get this thing running. In the end, we need one good file, CSV file with customer data, even anonymized, and then you can start it already applying use cases. And for each of the use cases, you can see here from the different success stories, you just sometimes need 3, 4, 5 data signals. So it doesn't mean that you need this super high scale amount of data for each case. So we normally go along the whole customer lifecycle, starting from customer acquisition, customer activation cases, engagement, cross-sell, upsell, until we reach some kind of loyalty and bonus point cases. And so we impact in the end the whole lifecycle of a customer. Some words to the company. So we started already in 2009, so quite early, when data and AI was still in its infancy. And I'm very happy that finally the time to market improved a lot here. We did several angel rounds in the beginning. We are profitable since several years. Got also some awards over the last years from the World Economic Forum, from federal state, from Deloitte and others. And as you can see on the references, we can work with all industries, but we have a very strong focus on financial services. Why? One reason is in the end because banks, because they are regulated, have very structured data. So for the AI, it's very important to have very structured data because we can execute much faster. For example, if you take Visa and MasterCard, data streams, they're very standardized, so we can start directly without doing much. Also, bank account data, CRM data is good. All other industries work as well, but there's also another reason, because also the business with banks is much more profitable for us. And with banks, you can do it on a higher scale over the whole life cycle. We worked in the past with telcos, e-commerce, B2B is upcoming now a bit, but as we heard already 2, 3 speeches ago here, that the sales cycle in banks is not as long as we thought. So depending on the bank and the stage of the organization of the bank, the sales cycle can be very fast. But it could also take 5 years. So if you have a global onboarding on one of the global banks, the vendor assessment takes maybe a year or even more. And so that's why we also have a bit of a mix of the customers. And I think in 2024, the AI is definitely even more on the hype than this year. So we start expanding in other countries. Yes, after more than 10 years now, we think about raising capital again. And the thing is not for us only the AI hype, but more even regulatory topics, because our software can also be applied with different regulatory issues here. And that is sometimes for regulated businesses, that puts them much more under pressure and shortens our sales cycle as well. So let me finish with that. So if data is in new oil, it's from 2006, but still what we see in the different data silos of customers, there's still a lot to do. So definitely you should all start. But I think if you're here at the conference, you're already doing a lot here. And if data is the oil, AI is the engine. We have seen how disruptive the AI potential is this year. And okay, now we have the AI Act upcoming. So the Germans don't do anything before it's allowed, so now we have a framework for AI. GDPR is in place, so we can definitely act much faster to play really a role in the future. And I think if we don't act, we see what OpenAI's speed of innovation and adoption is. We definitely should do more here. And before I finish, one last thing. We are hosting an after-show event here at the Iris Bar, just here, straight over next to the exit, starting at 5 o'clock. If you want to discuss further the AI topics, I'm very happy to do so. And with this, thank you very much for your patience, for your attention.